Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we have Shim, also known by M Shim or Gym with Shim. She's the owner of Gym with Shim. You have many names. Which one would you like to go by?
Shim.
Shim works.
Shim probably works, yeah.
Shim works. So Shim owns a online training company. We've been working with you for how long?
Gosh, since like January, February?
So pretty much like right when we launched then, weren't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I did an initial like 4 months and then went on to CEO, I think.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, we do like an initial 4-month like blast program where we like stick a load of shit in and basically it's like fucking A&E for your business almost. It was A&E for Shim actually.
It was.
It was.
It was.
Where were you picking your head when you first started?
Oh yeah, like this. Like I'm surprised I'm not doing it now with this fucking.
At least you didn't develop a bald patch. It looks like it's grown back through quite healthy.
Yeah, no, healthy now.
See, Lewis didn't get that chance. Lewis's hair just fucked off and never came back. That's when he went bald. So yeah, Shim's the owner of Gym with Shim, which is an online coaching company. Tell us about the kind of clients that you work with.
We typically work with like younger females, people who are like terrified to get into the gym, lacking confidence and wanting to basically feel a lot better in themselves. Typically it's just girls who are absolutely terrified to even step foot into the gym, do a workout, no clue what to do. And we kind of take them from there to being fully experienced.
Great. You have a really good culture within your business. I think like a lot of the people that work with you, they tend to become like properly into the gym, like not just like how'd you go about doing that with them?
I think first it's all about easing people in. So for example, if a girl comes to me and she's like, you know, I've never stepped foot in the gym, I've no idea where to start, I'm terrified, we'll initially just break them in really, really gently. So we'll start off with maybe a few home workouts and then just going to the gym for a half an hour walk on the treadmill. It just gets them into the motion of actually going to the gym, being in the environment, knowing what it's like. And then typically after a few weeks of doing that, they actually start coming to me because the clients we work with, they're all about, you know, they want to get into the gym. They want it. They want to be that girl in the gym. They see me on my stories. They see the clients we train and they're like, I want a bit of that.
Yeah.
So they've always got that drive behind them to want to get into it. So yeah, typically they'll come to me and be like, you know, I'm ready for a gym workout maybe. And it's all just about like starting off with really simple stuff where they don't have to move around in the gym. We call them like shy girl workouts. Where you can just find a little bit of space, do your workout.
Oh, I've seen them. The ones that scuttle in and then take the dumbbells and scuttle off again and you don't see them for an hour.
Grab a mat, go in the corner, get your dumbbells. That's all you need. And then as the confidence builds, we just start easing them into different machines. And yeah, it's just really good to see all the confidence grow throughout a program.
And then before you know it, they're stomping around with the bags of chalk, doing sumo deadlifts and screaming at people.
Sports bras, chalking up, pull-ups, the lot.
Spitting.
Asking people how many sets they've got left.
Fuck off the bed. You're going to use that pull down much longer, mate. So if you've got a very rude girl in your gym that decides to try and fuck you off all the equipment.
That's me.
Probably trained by Shim. Gym with Shim, ruining your local Pure Gym since 2022 when the Reebok opened. Nah, that's really useful. But so with your growing your business, obviously most of the people that watch us are PTs.
Yeah.
What do you think of like the journey in the business so far? Like what are the biggest challenges that you think you've overcome?
I think just as a female in the fitness industry, like it's very male dominated. I mean, it was especially when I started.
Yeah,
I mean, as like
be.
time's gone on now, you know, there's definitely a lot more females in the industry, but I think growing it was quite easy. Like you've just got to be authentic, be yourself, not be too kind of like military with everything because I see a lot of female PTs like that. You know, get up, get your ass to the gym, that type of stuff. So just being a little bit sensitive as well. But I think one of the main challenges is like the stigma that comes with it. A lot of girls in fitness have this like stigma around them. Like, you know, you've only done so well because you show a bit of skin on socials or, you know, how you look and how you're perceived. And I think it's really not. It's not down to that at all. It's down to like how much work you want to put in.
I think that's definitely probably comes from outside the industry more because obviously we've dealt with people that have come in from growing their accounts that way.
Yeah.
And it's carnage.
Yeah.
Because you're like, what's your follower percentage? And they're like, oh, it's like 65% men. and you're like, well, you've only got 4,000 followers and 65% of them are men. Like, we've actually only got a very small pool of people to target here.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite hard to get them out of that.
Yeah.
I find. So like, usually if someone's come in and been successful, it's because they've probably not done that, and therefore females don't follow other females that do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They look at it and be like, oh, look at her, and then they turn it off.
Yeah.
So I think if you've got a large female, there's large followings, and then there's a large following of people that are actually going to buy from you at some point, or potentially. And I think if you've got the second one and you build a business out of it, you've not really done that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No, definitely
But do you think
not.
maybe that's a stigma of, obviously you're quite successful. I don't know whether you're happy to talk about numbers, but you're pretty much on for a 6-figure year. You continue the way that you are. 4 10-figure months out of the last, 4 10K months out of the last 5, right? So again, most people would look at that as fairly successful.
Yeah.
How old are you?
24?
24. So you're a 24-year-old female making that amount of money. It's not very common.
No, definitely not.
Maybe it's more common, like from where we look at it, because you've obviously got people around you that are kind of doing the same, which is we're in a bit of like a weird microscope.
Yeah,
almost.
definitely.
But in general, like of the whole UK, for example, I don't know if there's any stats on like what percentage of females under 30 earn over 6 figures. I'd fucking wager that the number was really fucking small. And that's not like, that's just being truth about it.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe potentially that gets a negative view?
What do you mean?
Or how do you think that's perceived? Like, do people kind of know how well you're doing? What's been the kind of...
As in like, do clients know or do
No,
like...
just more like people around you or like...
I mean, I don't really shout about it. Like, It's one of those things, isn't it? I think you can tell when somebody's in it for money and when somebody's in it because they're actually passionate about something. And I'd never want to come across like, oh, I'm just in it for, making all this money. Like, I'm not. I started it because I enjoy it. I'm passionate about it. I was in this position once and I want to help women get out of this position. Mm-hmm. So it's not something I really, really shout about, but it's definitely weird when you compare yourself to like everybody around you because, like you said, it's very... Like, it's not very common at all, is it?
Do you feel like you hold that back? Or are you just quite, like, non-bothered by it in either way?
I think I hold it back a little bit, just on the basis that I would never want to come across to clients or, any of my audience that I'm just purely in this for money in that respect, because I think who would want to go to that kind of coach who's just trying to take your money and not actually care about what you want to achieve? So I think I hold it back a little bit, but not... it's not something that I wouldn't talk about or help somebody who they want to get into it or, it's one of them, isn't it? Otherwise I wouldn't come on this podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you probably knew it was going to be out. What do you think are the differences in maybe getting to this point as a female compared to being a male?
I'm not actually too sure.
Well, obviously you've never done it as a male, but like, have you had any certain difficulties or do you feel like you've had to deal with certain challenges that maybe potentially you wouldn't have done?
Not really, no. I feel like I'm probably sounding like an anti-feminist here, aren't I? Like,
no, because I agree with you. I don't think there's that much of a difference.
No, definitely many years ago where like, the woman is the cook at home and does the housework and all that. But we live in a like society these days where girls can go out and make money too. So no, I don't think it's any different than a male, really. Like, that's just my honest opinion.
How does your partner feel about it?
Yeah, he's fine.
Buzzing.
He wants to hop on it.
I know, I've seen his Instagram. That's quite cool though, that, isn't it?
Messaged
Probably won't have been me. But yeah, but that's quite cool though, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously you growing a business and being so successful that your partner's... Did he get into the gym because you were doing it as well, or did he already go to the gym?
We actually met because we were both into the gym.
Right.
So we've always both been into fitness. He used to train a lot harder than me, to be fair. Like, I just used to be going to the gym, finding my little space, like doing my own thing.
Shy girl
I was the shy girl working out. And then I started going to the gym with him. And obviously he'd be in the big weights area. And then we've just both always been into fitness kind of thing. But I think he sees me, obviously, the freedom it gives you. You can work from anywhere in the world. I'm doing something I enjoy. I'm not tied down to set hours.
Yeah.
And I think he thinks like, yeah, that's cool that you can work and enjoy enjoy your actual job, because I think not many people have that.
No, for sure.
Days,
Yeah, it's a very privileged position. So he's now, has he left his job or is he?
No, he's still working. He's only just starting.
Just dabbling.
He's just dabbling, yeah.
But is he serious about like actually doing it? That's quite cool that though, do you not think? Like the fact that you've managed to like do this and be so successful at it that your partner's actually gone, well, fucking hell, I'd quite like to do that. Like,
yeah, it's quite nice.
I think it works well as a relationship dynamic as well, because obviously if you're fucking off like on holiday, earning what you're earning and being able to leave, and then obviously if you're in another job, it, you know, if he's in a job, it kind of conflicts
definitely
with what you've built. So
yeah,
there you go. What is he going to like run the Gym with Shim Mail program? Is he going to do his
might be like
own
Gym
thing?
with him?
Gym with him. Gym with him. Gym with him. That's a proper northern way of doing it, that, isn't it? Is it? No, but like, as in he's going to do his own separate brand.
Yeah, I think he'll do his own separate thing.
best.
Yeah, to be fair.
You have very, very female-centric, like...
I'm just letting him roll with it if he wants advice.
How does that... how does that work? Like, do you ever like...
I think when you start, you've got to go through making all these rubbish decisions, doing things wrong. Can I swear?
Yeah, you can.
Fucking up. Like... You've got to go through all the motions of that to learn. So yeah, I think I can give my input, but everybody runs things differently, don't they? So I'm not going to force my way of running things on him. But then again, if he needs advice, I'm here.
Yeah, just make sure you fucking follow it.
Yeah.
Don't ask twice. And so for maybe if you were giving advice to like a younger female in the fitness industry, looking to grow their online business, what 3 top tips would you give them?
Be yourself, because if you're constantly trying to pretend you're someone you're not, it's going to come out later down the line and you can't actually maintain that image. So I think don't try and be somebody else, just be authentically you, because that's ultimately what people are going to buy into. People buy people. Be prepared to work. Like,
yeah,
it is a graft. It's not easy. It's not one of these things where, you know, I think there's a lot of people at the minute thinking, I'm going to be an online coach to earn loads of money. And it's not like that at all. Like, you have actually got a graft. And just make sure you're passionate about it, because if you're not passionate about something, you're not going to put in the work.
You're not going to do it for very long either.
No, you're not going to do it for very often. I think that's probably one of the reasons I've been so successful with it, because I'm that passionate about it that there's no way I'm not going to make it work.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
And I feel like one of the things that like we've noticed working with you is like you're driven, like you've got goals, but you're not forcing the issue. Like you're not in, some people, sometimes we can deal with clients that are in such a rush that actually it causes so many problems, because they're like, you know, like when you see like baby deer trying to run, but the legs are all everywhere. And it's like, it's not, like there's ways that you can drive progress, and there's obviously you've got to stick to certain timelines of getting shit done, but like you can't force a business through growth phases by pure effort a lot of the time, because especially if like you're not quite doing it right, you're forcing it and the effort's all wasted. And I think that's probably one of the things that's allowed you to like, you know, you've made quite a big jump and then sustained it for quite a while now. I think one of the things that's allowed you to do that is you didn't force that transition. We just did the right things and it got there naturally rather than like going for it. I think that's something as like, sometimes we get people like you're quite driven. We get people that are driven that almost drive themselves fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like,
don't want to drive yourself into the ground.
No.
You've got to, that's
scratching your head.
Yeah. You've got to kind of enjoy the journey though as well. So, you know, don't get so caught up in growing and growing and growing, the fact that you just forget to take it all in. Like sometimes I think you just got to sit back and think, wow, like,
yeah, well, you're 24, right? Like I'm 31, so you've got 7 years. That's like before you even like as old as me. And I'm not that old, right? But 7 years is a fucking long time.
Yeah.
Like 7 years ago, I was teaching fucking physics in high school.
Exactly, and like it's only been a year and a half of online coaching, if that. Like I forget that a year and a half ago I was still working 9-5, doing clients after that, being online as well. Like, not being able to take holidays when I wanted to. And I think sometimes you've got to sit back and reflect and enjoy where you are. Yeah,
I agree. Thank you very much, Shim. Where can people find you if they want to have a little bit of a nosy?
Instagram, Gym with Shim.
@Gym with Shim.
@Gym with Shim.
Catchy. Anywhere else?
No, that's pretty much it now.
Just
TikTok,
Instagram
little
and
bit
TikTok.
of TikTok.
She's starting with the TikTok.
We're starting with TikTok.
It's coming. It's coming. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed that podcast, if you want to learn more about growing your online coaching business, subscribe below or hit the bell icon. Is it a button or an icon? It's a button. Whatever it is, press the thing, do the thing. Thank you very much.